to the 10 question podcast. This is podcast number 2 with Chris Lambrianou
from St Martin's Church,
from St Martin's Church, Leyden. This is Chris. Chris is an author for the Krays Madness, available on Amazon and also Kindle. So Chris, how old were you when you first got into crime?
I would say then between 10 and 11. I wouldn't say I drifted into it. I kind of wanted to belong somewhere.
Yeah.
I belong with the naughty kids, you know, and so I got myself in all kinds of scrapes. That's basically what took me down that road.
How did you first get into crime?
First get into crime?
Yeah.
We were evacuated up to a place called Leicester, Ibstock. My father worked on the Spitfires. When they came down, needed repairs doing, he would repair the Spitfires, ready to go back up and fight the war. And I remember I had about 10 mates. We used to mess around with each other, and we robbed a train of cigarettes and other bits and pieces. And yeah, that's how it all started, really. There was containers on the train of different, carriages, but there were containers, not carriages. And yeah, we got in there and took bits and pieces out of it. And I don't know, we never sold them or anything else like that. I mean, it was just to kind of give them away.
Through the pigeons.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What was the feeling like when you first got sent to jail?
The first time I ever went to, it wasn't a jail, it was to an approved school. Yeah, no, for young offenders.
Right.
I was 12-year-old. I went to a place called, it was in the East End. I got done for pinching lead. And went in front of a judge called Basil Enriquez, who sent me to an approved school. So I was out of my parents' control. And I went to a place called Toynbee Hall. And Basil Enriquez said, "You're going to an approved school." And they took me to a place called Stanford House, with loads of other young kids in tearaways and what have you. And when you go to any place, you've got to be able to stand up, because kids will bully you if given half a chance. And that's the same in any situation. There's always bullies and liberty takers. And so you've got to learn to fight and stand up, and I did. Anyway, I got sent to an approved school called St Vincent's in Dartford in Kent. It's no longer there, but it was run by the Dominican brothers, and they were tough. These men were ruthless. And you stepped out of line, they give you the cane, and they would beat the shit out of you, you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that was my first experience. I remember walking through the hall one day, massive hall, and as I'm walking through, one of the brothers said, "Put a pair of boxing gloves on." And I'm a young innocent kid. And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because you're going to fight him." I'm meeting a kid, and he's trying to bash me. We don't even know each other, we just come to the place. And my first experience is violence.
Yeah.
And then I got out of the ring, and I went down the ring. It's not, kids come up and they went, "Hey, you." I said, "Me?" They said, "Yeah." They said, "Who do you support?" So I said, "I don't support anybody, what are you talking about?" They said, "Football." I said, "I don't know." I said, "I don't support anybody." "Well, everybody here supports Arsenal." I said, "Are there any other teams?" They said, "Yeah, there's the Lily Whites." Well, my mum's name was Lily. So it was obvious I was going to support Lily White, which is Tottenham Hotspur. And I have still to this day support the club, yeah. So, it was just to piss them off, really.
Yes.
So yeah, that was my first experience. And whilst there, I played football. Education, they didn't give you education. what they did, they put you out to work in the fields.
Hard
Labour camps, really. I mean, they grew onions, potatoes, carrots, and you'd be out there in the dead of winter. Your fingers, you wouldn't even feel it for the cold. If you did, you know, digging up spuds or digging up carrots or whatever. In the summer it was lettuces and other things, you know what I mean?
In the baking pot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And I remember, if a kid wet the bed there, they made him walk through the quad in front of all the other kids to show him up, thinking that might stop him doing it. And I suppose in many respects it did.
Yeah, humiliation.
It was humiliation, yeah. And yeah, that was my experience there.
What was your biggest regrets being sent to jail?
I know it hurt my mum and my dad. My mum never let me down, never ever. God rest her soul. I came out of prison and she went away for the first holiday in her life. And she didn't come back. And by the time we got up to the place where she was at home, which was a young girl, a place called Concert in County Durham. And when we got up there, she passed. I couldn't handle it. I'd made her life a misery, really, to be honest with you. In and out of prison, all the rest of it, and violence and what have you, and crime. She was an angel, really. I didn't deserve it. So yeah, and my dad, going away all the years in prison. He had prison in every prison in the country. That poor old man, till he was like 80 years old, going, bless him. And he went, if it was on the Isle of Wight, he'd be there. If it was Durham, he'd be there. If it was Hull, he'd be there. If it was Birmingham. And the system didn't really care about age or anything else like that. And they just wanted you away, they wanted where they could control you. They didn't care about his family. And if any kid out there is getting himself into trouble, remember they don't care about your family. They don't really care about you. All they want to do is control you. And your family are going to suffer.
What was it like at the peak of your crime?
You think they're up there, you're up there. It's part of your life. Nothing lasts forever. You're up there one moment, down on the floor the next, and then you've got to get up again and what have you. You have some good times, meet pretty girls, you can afford your booze or do whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, you could earn far more straight than you ever earned crooked.
Did you find that you had fake friends, you know, like
oh yeah, I mean the
around
greatest, yeah, the fake friends. I'm pleased you mentioned that, Ben, because when you go away, dead air. Oh, if I could only change places, I'd never let you down. I want to do that time, not you, and all the rest of it. And then when you're in prison, they know
this is the next
totally
question.
on your own.
What was it like at the rock bottom part of your crime when you're on your own, basically? I should imagine probably when you're in jail on your own and there's...
Well, when you're on your own, you've got plenty of time to reflect. But you reflect in what's the name? First of all, you're escaping the prison system because you're finding things to do. You may smoke a bit of pot, you may listen to some music, you may read books, and all that kind of thing, because it's the same. If you put your head over the wall, your body will follow. And you can do that with literature and books. But at the end of the day, you can't escape the reality of in four walls, in a very small space. You've got a window you look out if you're lucky. The older prisons, the window's up there, so you can't just look out. The more modern prisons, you can actually look out, but what you're looking out on is freedom, and you ain't got it. You're in a dead place, and I'll tell you, sometimes you think it's easier to die than to live. You've got a choice. And I hope if anybody's in that situation, they'll make the right choice. And so I'm strong enough to beat this. That's in me is stronger than that's in the world. They won't crush me. I'm going to make a life for myself. I'm I'm going to have a family, I'm going to have all the most important things that one can have, because you can't buy happiness. You've got to build it.
You can't build it. You can't get them treasured memories back in.
No, you can't.
You
No,
need to,
no.